Good evening, Temecula. It is Monday, September the 12th, 2022. Time is 6 p.m. I am Kathy Sizemore, Chair for Community Services Commission, and I'm calling this meeting to order. And now to start our meeting, please rise and join me in the flag salute to the flag of the United States of America. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Would our Commission Secretary, Tracy Quartz, please do a roll call for attendance?
Commissioner Hawks? Here. Commissioner Kristevsky?
Here.
Commissioner Levine?
Here.
Vice Chair Audie?
Here.
And Chairperson Sizemore?
Here.
All present, thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. Do we have any public comments tonight?
No, we do not.
Thank you. Then we will dispense with the reading of the rules for public comments and head straight into our next agenda item, which will be our division reports. And it looks like, giving us our reports this month, we are starting with our recreation reports, and we have Jessica Walker. Is that correct? Welcome to our meeting,
That's
Jessica.
correct. Thank you.
I will give conduct.
All right. Okay, first up we have aquatics. Our youth swim lessons concluded for the summer on August 12th. Our aquatic staff taught 4,047 children and adults how to swim this summer. Thanks to our partnership with First Five, 86 children ages 5 and under were awarded a swim lesson scholarship this year. Our aquatics team led an introductory water polo class on Saturdays throughout the summer, where participants learned the basics of swimming, treading, ball handling, and general game rules. There were a total of 57 participants in this program. Aquatic staff conducted water safety presentations at ABC Childcare and ABC Village. They used song and dance to go over topics with the children. Many of our aquatic staff participated in a leadership academy in August that was geared towards emerging leaders within our program. Our lifeguard training this month focused on facility emergency action plans in water rescues, water entries and approaches, after rescue care with emergency oxygen and AED and CPR techniques. Moving on to contract classes. August was full of fun classes for the community, including golf classes, pickleball, teen screenwriting, Hawaiian Tahitian dance, yoga, art, and so many more. In August, we had 889 participants in our contract class programs. All right, in the CRC, we wrapped up summer day camp on August 12th. A total of 700 campers joined us this summer. In August, campers went to the Orange County Discovery Cube and the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach. Our teens enjoyed their own field trips to Bolero and the Wave Water Park. Our camp counselors put on a fun carnival for campers, complete with games, cotton candy, and face painting. And not on the slide here, but our CRC, we will be hosting our annual Fit Fun Color Run, which I invited you all to. And you got one of our swag bags, and there's an invitation in there, so we'd love to see you out at that event. And I also wanted to mention that the CRC has been an emergency shelter this past week for the people that evacuated from the Fairview fire. We opened up the shelter this past Wednesday, September 7th, and we're still open right now. We still have a few people that are there. At the height of the fire, we had about 130 people staying at the CRC. The Red Cross has been running the shelter with support from our city staff. We've had city staff at the shelter around the clock since Wednesday. And we've received lots of compliments from the Red Cross about our beautiful facility and our helpful staff there. We are now just waiting for the Red Cross to let us know when we can close the shelter. And on to our teen zone. The teen zone at the CRC continues to be a fun place for teens to hang out during the summer and after school. During August, we had 522 teens come through our doors. Teen ball is offered Monday through Friday from 2:30 to 5, and during the summer, the teen zone was open from 1:30 to 8 p.m. In August, the teens made pet turtles, they built piñatas, did string painting and CD painting, and made do-it-yourself notebook covers. They also enjoyed fun games, activities, and cooking experiences with our staff. Our Teen Zone monthly theme box is still a hit with our teens. Our summertime theme was Summer Bucket List. Participants received a box with some fun crafts and activities along with a science experiment, popsicle making kit, a Frisbee, and some other fun activities to keep them busy over the summer. Our theme boxes are just $10. And homeless outreach. Our homeless outreach team was busy in August. Some highlights with their outreach efforts include providing treatment for 2 homeless brothers who expressed their need for help. Our homeless outreach team coordinated with the core team and SWAG Patrol to transport the brothers to treatment facilities where they would receive care, and our staff will follow up with them. The homeless outreach team also assisted a client who was hired for a job but could not pay for the live scan that was needed to start her employment. Our city staff met up with the woman and helped her with the cost of the live scan. The team also assisted a homeless transient purchase a Greyhound bus ticket to get back home to Oxnard, California. In August, there were 10 illegal encampments that were identified, and 6 of those encampments were removed. Before the encampments were removed, outreach was provided, along with posting eviction notices. And finally, homeless outreach staff helped 5 separate Temecula residents with rental assistance through CDBG funding. And on to the library. The total impact for the library for the month of August was 34,408 people. The library hosted a variety of in-person programs, including an all-about cello concert with 245 people attending, 18 different story times with 916 people attending, 942 people entered the Sweet Summer Ending and School Supplies contest, and finally, our very own Marianne Edwards was a guest storyteller at Preschool Storytime. The library displays for August included Back to School, Beat the Summer Heat, and Travel Back in Time. In our sports division, some of the highlights there, all local recognized youth leagues have begun their fall seasons now. All non-recognized youth leagues and rental groups continue to be at full capacity. Our City Adult Softball League is at mid-season now. Our City Adult Kickball League has just begun. Our City Adult Basketball League will be completed at the end of this month. And tournaments for September included the City of Temecula's Labor Day Bash, along with 3 youth tournaments throughout the month. And special events, busy as always. The August impact for special events was 2,550 people. Oh, it looks like it went up 2,700 people. That was including September 11th, I think. Some of our events to highlight are TVUSD Appreciation Luncheon, where we had 1,000 faculty and staff attend. Build Your Own Boat Regatta, which sold out at 100 attendees. USA Pump Track Championships, we had 100 riders in attendance there. National Preparedness Fair was postponed and we'll have a new date. September 11th, Remembrance had 150 attendees. The TCC and Picnic Shelter had 21 rentals with 1,350 patrons enjoying the facilities. And upcoming in September, look out for the Art and Street Painting Festival, September 16th to 17th, and the Open Streets on September 24th. And the theater. They saw a total attendance of 3,142 people in August. August started with a continuation of Fine Arts Network's production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. The performance focused on the biblical story of Joseph and his brothers was filled with great music, costumes, laughter, and joy. Returning with their first show of the season was the Inland Valley Classical Ballet Theater with Beauty and the Beast, the ballet. Patrons experienced the timeless story of true love and redemption. The performance was full of humor, beautiful music, and stunning choreography. It was the perfect show for the whole family. The Merc. In August, the Merc continued with its At the Merc series shows. 13 shows were featured, including jazz, country, speakeasy, and stand-up comedy. Jazz at the Merc and Country at the Merc had an increase in sales again this month. Classic at the Merc canceled 2 of their performances. Featured performers included Caleb Merchant for Country Live at the Merc, Cabagas and Rosin from The Ground Up put on a completely improvised 2-person comedy show, and Bobby Tessel entertained patrons with stand-up comedy. And our parks and facilities. Turf reduction has been completed at the Duck Pond. Projects will begin this week at Serena Hills and Riverton Park, and pickleball and tennis court resurfacing has been completed at the Mike Nagar Community Park. And that concludes this section of the report.
Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you giving us such a thorough report, and I appreciate and enjoy having you here with us tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So let's take our reports from our commissioners and ask any questions that we have regarding this report, and we will start with Vice Chair Audi.
Thank you, Chair. Outstanding report. Thank you so much. I mean, we haven't been at a lot of things. We were commenting on that the last month, but you really let us know there's a lot coming up here in September, and we're kind of getting into the season. Had a question on projects at Serena Hills and Riverton. I know I've seen signs that say there's some refurbishing, or what's going on?
So that falls under Stacy Fox in our Public Works Department. I know they've been doing a lot of turf replacement projects, so they're doing it a few parks at a time. So typically, I don't know exactly what they're doing at those particular parks, but I know a lot of it is just kind of the unused space. They're removing it and usually putting in mulch, which is what they've done at the duck pond. They kind of removed an area up towards the parking lot, and they replaced it with mulch just so it's a little more friendly. So I can find out exactly what they're doing at those. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just that I saw the sign and there was nothing going on, So,
Yes, I think they're going to be starting it this week. I don't know if they're going to experience any delays with the rain this past weekend, but hopefully they'll be getting started. But just kind of an ongoing turf replacement program at various parks.
that's a good reminder, Tracy. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you, Vice Chair Audi. And now for Commissioner Hawks.
Thank you, Jessica, for the thorough report. I just have one comment. I want to say that Build Your Boat Regatta is one of my family's favorites. And I'm so happy to see so many families are enjoying it. And we built a solid boat within an hour, but then we didn't realize my kids didn't know how to pedal. So we're still looking forward to next year.
Thank you, Commissioner Hawks. Commissioner Kristevsky?
Thank you, Jessica. It was nice hearing from you tonight. There were a few things that stood out to me. One was how much it meant to the residents of Sage and Hemet and even parts of Temecula that were evacuated. The fact that our CRC could be a shelter, that is amazing. And the fact that we got positive comments and everything worked out smoothly, that's just exceptional to hear. And I'm very proud to know that that was here in Temecula, that we took care of our own here in town and people from outside. I thought it was really amazing that I believe it was the swag team that paid for the live scan. That's just so thoughtful and so impactful, because a person got a job, but they couldn't pay for the live scan, and how much it means for that person now to be able to go to the next step just because of that. So thank you for sharing that in your report. And finally, I'm just super excited to see activities like the field rentals being out again. My kids are in TVSA, and my daughter's doing ballet. So it's just, we're full steam right now. So that's exciting. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kristevsky. Commissioner Levine?
Yeah, I was actually going to comment on the CRC emergency shelter myself, knowing that there were two, that were in the greater Temecula Valley area and that one happened to be here. I was just sort of curious how we got engaged in that conversation. Did we volunteer? Did they approach us? I'm just kind of looking for some of the background, because it's very cool, as Commissioner noted.
Right. We've had fires before, and the CRC is usually the secondary option where TVHS is also open. So in 2007, when we had those fires, both were open and operating. At this time, there was also Tuckheats, which was closer to Hemet, was also the primary, and then we were kind of a secondary. But in my director comments, I was going to say that on behalf of Director Russo this evening, we are publicly acknowledging the team of Temecula and specifically TCSD for serving our community for the temporarily displaced sister community residents, that the staff was incredible. They were instrumental in activating on a moment's notice, and they stepped up to comfort and calm our areas in their moment of need.
They housed and protected pets and family of all ages. The senior center staff went out and brought resources and assistance, and just their professionalism, care, and efficiency is unparalleled, that we're very proud of our staff, all of them that stepped up. And we just, we're here in good times and not so good times. So we just, service is our middle name, and we're very proud to serve our community as public servants. Thank you.
Thank you for the context. I mean, once again, TCSD hits it out of the park. So thank you, Jessica, great report, and thank you, team.
Thank you, Commissioner Levine. And Bea, I just can't help it. I got to teach you how to say a word. Takowitz. Yeah, it's our scouting district. Is called that.
Takowitz.
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 Yes.
Thank
For
you.
many years, I called our scouting district Takits, and
I think the scouts are wrong. I think it's Takits, because it's native.
so we're wrong with scouts.
Yeah.
You think
In
so?
that particular instance, yeah. I think it is Takits, because
We got to look this up then. We got to look this up.
We have a roll call.
yeah, do we have
Yeah.
you know who
Takits, speaking to tribal members, Takits,
Really?
very famous story about Takits.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been told all this time it's the other way. Wow, I'm learning something new here today. Never mind, Bea, you're correct. I am
No
wrong.
problem,
Please
no
do not tell my husband this. I am wrong tonight. Tonight. Thank you very much for the report. I did have a couple of questions. First, I wanted to just really say I appreciate that you are working to raise up the leadership in the aquatics program, that you're reinvesting that time in the individuals that you're identifying as potential leaders for next year and giving them some special extra resources to build them up. I really appreciate seeing you do that in the program. About the Red Cross shelter at the CRC, I had a number of people asking me, how do we help? Is there somebody that we could know to, God forbid we have this happen again and we have to open a shelter there, who could we tell people, we'll call this person, call this organization?
Now, I want to make clear that the Red Cross is in charge of the shelter. We, as a city, are just opening the doors, closing the doors. We have staff on site to assist Red Cross. We are not handling all of the, water handing out and things like that. However, Jessica can add to that. We do also have an emergency operations manager, Michael Alford, that works for the city of Temecula, very experienced, very knowledgeable, and he's getting us all prepared and up to speed. So those are our 2 points of contact.
So refer people directly to Red Cross. if
Yeah,
they
that's
want
what Red Cross told us, because we were answering lots of phone calls with people wanting to help, and no other shelter had their phones open, so they couldn't get through to anyone else. So people were calling us saying, can we bring food down? We have clothes, we have water. And what Red Cross said was they didn't want any physical donations. They wanted people to go through their website and donate that way on the website.
Okay,
So that's what we let people know.
okay. Thank you.
But
I mean,
we
it's
had
good to
lots of
know.
phone calls about that.
Yeah, I just looking around on social media, there's just an outpouring in our community, people that want to help. And when they know you're a commissioner, they'll ask you, hey, where do I? So I'd like to be able to know next time if
Yeah.
we ever have to.
And we kept our phones open 24/7 so that people could call. We had staff answering all night long.
Awesome, thank
Yeah.
you. And I wanted to just say I really appreciated the 9/11 memorial that we had yesterday. Even though there was rain, it was good. A couple of questions, just what I overheard some people saying in the crowd. There was mention that it was over really quick. People were saying, oh, there was no speakers, there was no band. And I heard several people say, oh, I liked it before when we did something in the pond. I don't know what you did in the pond, but they liked the something in the pond.
So back in the day, we used to have floating candles that we'd place in the pond. That never actually ended well because
Okay.
either it was too windy, so the candles would never stay lit, and they all kind of congregated in one area. They actually didn't float anywhere out in the pond.
Okay,
So we stopped doing that part.
okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Just observations from what I overheard. So, all right, thank you. We will move on to the cultural arts report, and we have Isabel Aguilera who will be leading that portion of our meeting tonight.
Good evening, Commissioners. I am a recreation leader, senior recreation leader at the Temecula Valley Museum, and I will be presenting Arts, Culture, Community Outreach, Senior and Inclusive Services, and Workforce Development Report. So let's begin with our Arts and Culture report of Art Galleries and Art Off the Walls event. The gallery at the Merc featured and held a reception for colorful and wonderfully expressive exhibit Change by Jennifer Bonato. The event also included musical performances by Martin Stamper in the Lot on Main and Darren Pritchard in the Cabaret of the Merc. There were 150 guests in attendance. For art gallery showcases, the Rotunda Gallery at the Temecula Valley Museum featured Inner and Outer Landscapes by Kathy Stradley. This gallery presents places the artist has visited and demonstrates her skillful technique to communicate fond memories of these places. The last day to view this gallery is September 24th. The gallery at the Ronald H. Roberts Temecula Public Library had a continued display of Jasmine Board's work, California Formations. The last day to view her natural beauties is September 16th. The Civic Center still exhibited Expressions of Wonder by Kelly Moore and concluded just recently on September 9th. Bonato's exhibit at the Gallery at the Merc concluded on August 28th. Next slide. Now onward to community outreach. The August impact was 27,541. The team remained busy with releasing content such as an appreciation reel to the community for participating in the National Night Out event and an update on MRC construction to hype up the community for what is to come, all resulting in 14,000 views, and over 14,000 views, excuse me. There were also 20 promotional posts, 18 story posts, and most notably, the team reached another major milestone, topping 5,000 followers on Instagram in the month of August. The National Lifeguard Appreciation Day reel continued to be the most viewed reel at over 42,000. Other programming for the outreach team will be the installation of new military banners this September. Approximately 12 banners are in planning and 7 for print and 5 applications to be processed. The team will also be busy in September with promoting upcoming department programs and activities at numerous events. Moving on to inclusive services. The High Hopes Kickball event on Friday, August 5th took place at Pat Birdsall Sports Park. There were 38 participants who not only enjoyed kickball, but other games such as cornhole and frisbee as well. Tasty summer eats like hot dogs, chips, and fruit was served. The SKIP program had a sizzling summer ice cream social on Wednesday, August 10th, with 20 participants at the Mary Phillips Senior Center. The children had a great time with activities such as build your own ice cream cone coloring sheet and crafting ice cream cone bookmarks. Of course, no ice cream social is complete without enjoying the tasty treat of homemade ice cream. 50 families participated in the Eagle Soar Playground and Splash Pad Inclusive Social Skills Program at the Michael Mike Nagar Community Park this month. This program is intended to provide a safe, integrative, and stress-free environment where children with disabilities can play and socialize with one another. A fall session for this program will be held on Saturday, October 8th, as the September 10th session was canceled due to inclement weather. This program is in partnership with the Disability Sports Foundation and hosts recreation and enrichment activities. Registration for this program is on site the day of the event. Now let's look at senior programs. Mary Phillips Senior Center hosted a lovely Hawaiian luau on Thursday, August 18th. The Senior Center Choir sang a collection of beautiful Hawaiian songs for all to enjoy, followed by a delicious appetizer of Hawaiian coleslaw prepared by staff and a raffle full of fun prizes. The National Senior Citizens Day was celebrated by having seniors write advice on life, love, and more on note cards, which will be made into a collage to be displayed at the Senior Center. Our seniors have so much wisdom and experience to share, and this is just one way to show how much we respect and appreciate all that they have to offer. On Monday, August 22nd, 26 seniors attended an excursion to the Palm Springs Art Museum. Transportation was provided from the Mary Phillips Senior Center to the museum and back via the Human Services Shuttle. Seniors enjoyed a collection of over 12,000 objects of modern and contemporary art, architecture, and design, all of which have unique history, culture, and place. That same day, the Silver Shuttle program escorted 25 seniors to shop at Cárdenas and eat lunch at La Bufadora. This program encourages seniors to be active members of the community. Then, on Monday, August 29th, seniors were escorted on a local excursion to Atria Senior Living. 20 seniors toured the Atria and learned about their independent living, assisted living, and memory care facilities. They also enjoyed lunch prepared by Atria's in-house chefs. The seniors were excited to learn about some of the housing options offered in Temecula. So on August 2022, Cool Center's total impact was 395 participants. In partnership with County of Riverside Community Action, the Mary Phillips Senior Center is an open cool center for anyone in need of temporary relief from the heat. The hours for the center are Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then on Friday, August 5th, seniors enjoyed a special performance of song and dance by TCSD Commissioner Dr. Juan Hawks and her children at the Mary Phillips Senior Center. Everyone was happy to have a fun Friday singing along and sharing in good company. A big thank you to TCSD Commissioner Dr. Juan Hawks for her family's dedication to public service and bringing a little extra joy to the Temecula seniors. The Temecula Valley Museum hosted 1,573 patrons in the month of August. Museum staff was busy with an exhibit exchange in mid-August. Ancestry and Animals, the Art of Hajime Ono, was installed in time to open on Friday, August 12th. The exhibit features the fine art of Hajime Ono, who finds inspiration in his Japanese heritage, and the beauty and resilience of the animals that pique his curiosity. This exhibit is open until Sunday, December 4th, 2022. Mr. Ono also stops by the exhibit from time to time to leave cards, bookmarks featuring his art. The Temecula Valley Museum hosted the popular Second Saturday monthly event celebrating Belgium on Saturday, August 13th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Guests were able to learn about the culture and history of Belgium through in-house created fact sheets. Belgium-style fries from Fresh Fritz were served along Belgium chocolates. Musical entertainment was provided by saxophonist Kelly Moore in Sam Hicks Monument Park. Guests learned that the saxophone was invented by Adolphe Sax, an instrument maker in Belgium. Crafts were conducted both inside and outside with Bigfoot art classes upstairs teaching guests how to paint like Rene Magritte, and a make-your-own paper poppy project conducted outside by museum staff. This event concluded with a total of 149 participants. A special thank you to Commissioner Hawks and her family for the continued participation and support of this event. The September-October temporary art mural draws visitors into the season of fall with geometric abstract work by student artists of Clarissa Creative Foundation and support through the partnership of Kelly Machingo and Michelle's Place Cancer Resource Center. The mural, titled Fall Colors, will be unveiled on Wednesday, September 14th at 5 p.m. Then upcoming events through the Temecula Valley Museum include the 15th annual Ralph Love Plein Air Competition. The late Ralph Love painted his masterpieces from his Love Shack at Art Studio in what is now Old Town Temecula. His work is highly collectible, and we honor him and emerging local artistic talent with this annual competition. Local artists are invited to participate in the competition from Friday, September 23rd through Friday, October 7th. First Friday at the Merc and Art Off the Walls reception will be held Friday, October 7th from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m., featuring whimsical art from local artist Natasha Ragland. Finally, in preparation for Second Saturday on October 8th, staff has researched educational and entertaining content for the museum's website, both online and in person, celebrating Egypt. So we will have that event, and in conjunction, we'll have a bazaar hosted by the Temecula Valley Museum Incorporated Museum Board of Directors. So that will take place 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And Workforce Development launched the Youth Innovators Program in late August. Students meet Wednesday during the school year from now until June 7th, 2023, 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. at Temecula Valley Entrepreneurs Exchange. 15 high school students participated at the last meeting and still invite other youth to apply to this program. This group collaborated and worked towards implementing many youth programs and events for the city. These programs include Junior STEM, Science Fair, Rocktober, College Fair, Women's Career Conference, and more. This concludes our full report, and we are available to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel. We appreciate you giving that very thorough report tonight.
Welcome.
And now we will take any questions and comments that we have from our commissioners, and we will start with Commissioner Kristevsky to my left.
Thank you, Isabel. Appreciate the report. First question is actually for Commissioner Hawks. Can you tell us about the music that you played? Because it looked like you were wearing a cowboy hat, but your son had a rock guitar. So I want to hear about that.
Yeah, we're a mixture. This is our very first performance, and we just want to go there and make some joyful noises. And I learned those two songs during the summer. I took piano lessons for 2 months. So I played How Great Thou Art and God Bless America. So maybe I shouldn't wear a cowboy hat.
Do you have a recording of that? I would love to hear that. That's amazing. Very
Next
cool.
time, yeah. And my son played a rock song. I forgot the name now.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Was it the Star Spangled Banner, but Jimi Hendrix style?
Not yet. I'm practicing that one.
Okay. The only other comment I had was, well, it's actually a question. Can we recommend a specific country for the second Saturday? Because there have been a lot of cool countries, but my wife is from North Macedonia, just north of Greece, and it's beautiful culture. I don't know if there's a way we could get on the waiting list, but it'd be kind of cool, and we'd be happy to participate in any way that we could as well.
We love suggestions, and Isabel will take it right back. I know that they plan out far in advance because we've already had to promote the upcoming season, but we'll definitely put it in the mix because we want to represent the cultures of our community.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah, put us in the queue. Thank you.
Yes, we definitely will.
Thank you again for the report.
Yes, you're welcome.
Do they have good food?
The food is amazing.
We try to get
think
a lot
that's
of
the
different
criteria.
catering, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Commissioner Kristevsky. Commissioner Levine?
No questions from me today. Fantastic report, Isabel. Appreciate it. Appreciate everything you guys are doing.
Thank you, Commissioner Levine. Commissioner Hawks?
Thank you, Isabel. A quick question about the junior STEM program or just STEM program. My children participated last week, I think. Seems to me like the notice came out a little late, only a few days in advance. I saw it from the email. So maybe I saw when I registered there were 50 participants or the slots, but when I was there, it looks like I was number 12 or something. So maybe we can have more space open, or in the future we can have more advanced notice?
Yes, we are actually working on that because the programs from workforce development and all of the youth programming is going to be added to the guide to leisure activities now. Prior, it's just been a one-man show of Charles promoting and beating the bushes and putting press releases out, but now he will have the unified marketing and promotional efforts of the guide to leisure activities. We're meeting on that this week to get all of his programming advertised to the community twice a year in the book that will go out. So it'll get more awareness But
Yeah,
thank you
that's
for your suggestion.
That's wonderful to hear.
Thank you, Commissioner Hawks. Commissioner Vice Chair Audi?
I have nothing, Isabel. It was a great report and a good pickup on the Belgian style fries. You couldn't say Belgian style French fries.
Good job. Thank you. And I will just share that I did have the pleasure of attending the Art Off the Walls this past month. It was very enjoyable. We had a local artist, Sasha Hope, who was in attendance that night, and I wanted to make sure to go and see some of her work. And I got introduced to a lot of the different artists from the Dorland community, and they were sharing with me all about what Dorland is, what different artists, what their mission is, and it was very, very enjoyable. I'm glad that I was able to attend that.
I encourage you to get on the Dorland email list. They have monthly events. They have a scribblers meeting. I've gone to some of their coffee on the deck.
Coffee on the deck, I was
And
told about that.
You get to hear original poetry. You get to see artwork. You get to hear the story behind. I've been moved to tears. You know, we're having coffee and having fun, and it is an emotional time because you're seeing people's hearts on paper, on canvas, and it's, you know, them tentatively saying, "I'm not really sure about this. This is just a couple of pages that I've written," and it's incredible what you get to see, hear, and preview there. So I encourage you to go.
Yes.
They're free, and they also have been generous in hosting meetings there. So if you want to have a meeting, they have a beautiful trellis out there. You can have your group go visit them, and they're just so open and welcoming, and they actually suffered a great fire in 2005 prior to rebuilding. So they just are an incubation of creativity right here up
Yes.
Temecula Parkway. So thank you for mentioning them.
Yeah, it was really neat. I'm just gonna share, there was one painting, it was a watercolor. This artist had two at the Merc. Well, they're still there, I would assume. And one of them was, it was a Hispanic woman, and she just looked very regal, and the title was Señorita. And I just kept looking at it, and I was just mesmerized by her, and I'm like, I feel like I know her. I know this woman. Who is this? And the artist came, and I talked to the artist, and she goes, "Oh, well, I painted this. I was watching the rehearsals for the Ramona." So it was seen, and I'm like, no wonder this woman was in character. I'm like, I just felt like I knew her, and it was really interesting to have her tell me the story. And I'm like, I did know her. I just really appreciate that we have a community that has an appreciation for the arts, and I really enjoyed attending this month. So, all righty, we will move along to the next item on our agenda, which will be our consent calendar, and we will approve the action minutes for August 8th, 2022. I'm going to assume that we've reviewed the agenda and taken a look at the minutes, and I'm going to ask if we have anybody that would like to make a motion that we approve the minutes from August 8th.
So moved.
So Commissioner Levine is making a motion. Do we have a second?
Second?
Second by Vice Chair Audi. And can we get a vote?
Yes. Commissioner Hawks,
Aye.
Commissioner Krastevsky,
Aye.
Commissioner Levine,
Aye.
Vice Chair Audi,
Aye.
and Chairperson Sizemore.
Aye.
All right, the motion is approved. Thank you.
All righty, thank you very much. And next on our agenda is our director's report. We do not have Director Russo with us, but we do have Bea Barnett in her
My
place.
capable crew. Yes, on behalf of Director Russo, who returns tomorrow from a well-deserved vacation, but didn't really have a vacation because of all the fire and everything that was going on. She still stayed very close in touch with us, so we, even from afar, her leadership is appreciated. I just want to say summer has flown by now that we're fully functional, surpassing pre-COVID attendance numbers. at most in-person events. You know, to quote Dawn, before we know it, it's going to be Christmas time. So watch out. There's great things to come. We appreciate all of your involvement, your support, your encouragement. We're thrilled for your public service. It makes our team stronger, and we just want to strive to be better every year. I want to point out that the Ancestry and Animals exhibition got some really nice press. You'll see a press link in your report tonight, and it's just the detail and the color and the perspective of that exhibit. I'm really glad it's going to be here a while because I want to keep going back and experiencing it. Just like you said, Chair Sizemore, when you go and you feel like you're transformed by art, you just, you know, no matter how many times you see the same Broadway show, the different age that you see it's different. You empathize with one character when you're young, with others when you're older. So I encourage you to see it, witness it. This is a local artist that lives in our community that's world-renowned. So in our own history museum, art museum, and theater, and all of the events that you have accessible. West Side Story is on stage right now, a classic. There's just so much to do within our own backyard that we appreciate having big amenities in our small town feel. So we're a small town still, a medium-sized city, over 100,000 population, but we have big dreams and we have facilities that keep us entertained, engaged, and enriched. So thank you for your support. We appreciate it. That concludes my comments.
Thank you, Bea. Next is our favorite time of the meeting, our commissioner reports. And who should we start with first? We will start with Commissioner Levine.
Nothing to report this week, this month, but again, just appreciating all of the awesomeness that is TCSD. Thank you.
All righty, Commissioner Hawks.
Madam Chair, I have 2 items to report. The first is that we already mentioned Build Your Boat Regatta. It was a huge success thanks to Willa and her teams. I witnessed how much fun all the participants are having. And to make it more fun, I have 2 suggestions. Because it was really hard to build a boat within an hour and only sail it for less than a minute. So I do see some disappointment. So I'm thinking maybe we can have a boat frenzy at the end of the event, have all the remaining dry boats enter the water and give them 5-10 extra minutes. They probably will sink by the end of that time, but they will have a ball. And second suggestion is just to offer it more than once a year during the summer months or at multiple locations so we can have more families to participate since it is a sold-out event. And second report is the 9/11's Remembrance. You also mentioned earlier that several community members told me that how much they appreciate this kind of events that we continue to offer. So I just want to make sure I relay that message back to the commission. And I also want to thank the staff for their dedication. They were working in the pouring rain. Don was there. So thank you. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Hawks. I like your suggestion on the boat frenzy. I believe our Secretary Tracy can make sure that's duly noted so that it can get back to the event organizers, and staff can maybe take that into consideration for next year. Thank you. Commissioner Krastevsky?
I, like my commissioner next to me here, have nothing to report tonight, but I'm just thankful for our community and for all that it has to offer.
Thank you. And Vice Chair Audi?
I'm glad it went on the record that Commissioner Dr. Hawks and Chair Sizemore love to see people sink boats, and, it's a little bit, iffy there. But I have nothing to report, except I've been getting ready for a couple of events that are coming up here that are just huge for the city, and I'm looking forward to it. one of the, and I deserve a night out, so at the end of the month, I'm going to go see Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. That is my playlist right there. I grew up with them. They put their stamp on folk rock. It's going to be a great evening. I really love the cover band series we have for old people like me. So looking forward to that. But also Open Streets and Health Fair. It's going to be much bigger than it was in years past. And, you know, we're going to be there representing a group, but we'd like to see folks enjoy the open streets and leave their cars home, walk, ride your scooters, your bikes. You can go on a website at Bike Temecula Valley and find some safe routes to get to Old Town to really enjoy the open streets. So I'm looking forward to that also. Great job tonight with the reports, and we appreciate everything you do, Bay, when you're taking over, and just some wonderful things to say about the arts again tonight. So thanks, staff, and thanks, Community Service Division, for everything you do.
Thank you. I want to say it's a team effort. We share the load. So with Dawn, Mike, everyone, TCSD managers, they are at the ready at a moment's notice. So we rely on them, and we appreciate your comments. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Vice Chair Audi. And I just want to add, it's not that I like to see people sink. I think when it comes to kids, they love water. They want to sing.
Yes.
And I can totally understand, how, you know, the frustration that the kids would have on, oh, I put all this time into making the boat, and I only got it. So I can see it, but we have to make sure that we have enough staff to accommodate the sinking students, the sinking children.
Because my kids were disappointed they were dry. And all the participants, they're all wearing their swim clothes, they were ready. And we do have lifeguard.
I think they're debating me on this. I'm all for it.
Maybe we could have a Titanic category.
Yeah, just
or, have some
make sure
fun.
Aquatics is out there with the life-saving program.
Yes. Thank you. Now for my report, I only have, I've already shared the things that I've participated in. I do want to share that I had the privilege of being in attendance. Yvette came to the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce Morning Mixer and shared about all that's happening at the senior center, the senior services the city provides, and she did an amazing job representing the city, TCSD, Human Services, and I just wanted to report back to everyone and just say Yvette did a great job. And I've heard a lot of comments from chamber members on, wow, I didn't know we had these services for seniors. So it's great to get that information out there so that we can help the people that need it the most. So thank you. And thank you for all that you do. There's so much. And Dawn, I'm going to thank you now in advance for what you're going to endure the next couple of months. We appreciate it as a city, all that you do. So thank you. And I believe with that, I can adjourn our meeting. Is that okay, guys?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to adjourn this meeting, and we will reconvene on Monday, October the 10th, 2022 at 6 p.m.